it's your girl Fairy Queens here, and welcome back to another video. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing amazing. So as you can see, we are currently in YouTube. You might be able to recall this video of mine where I reacted to Billiam and Haydox's video of Wizard101. Now watch this. If we go into our handy dandy search bar and we type in Wizard101, look what pops up. Let's take a look at the description. Do you remember the kids' MMO from forever ago? It's gotten better, actually. How about we look at where it is now and what's changed? So I hate to brag, but I would consider myself a Wiz Pro, considering I play this game every single day. Wiz is love, Wiz is life. So whenever I see big YouTubers making videos about it, I feel the need to react to it. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
I'll make a video on Wizard101 when pigs fly. Well, it's time to make a video on Wizard101. Now, if you know me, then you know I don't really care much for MMOs. And when I find one that legitimately interests me, it tends to stick out in my mind. There was a time period where anyone and everyone was making MMOs. After the wild success of World of Warcraft, every gaming studio thought that making a clone would equal profits. It became so rampant that 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons was designed more like an MMO because of the popularity of them at the time. But one of them managed to separate themselves from everyone else, and that was Wizard101. Combining the popularity of
I'm already noticing similarities between this video and Billiam's because they are both starting out with corny jokes and they are just kind of talking about how Wizard101 was like created and what it is. I will say that I already like this a lot more than Billiam's, considering he actually pronounces it right. Wizard101, not wizards.
Of the magic school archetype cemented by Harry Potter and turning it into an MMO, Wizard101 was directed towards a younger audience, and frankly, it was a great idea. Now, when this game came out, I was about 15, and yes, I know, this is a witch's hat. I only had a witch's hat. I did not have any wizard stuff, so I had to use last Halloween's witch things. Just roll with it. Roll with it like I did. I'm trying, guys. I do have a staff, though. It's a walking stick. And when I was 15, I was really afraid to jump into World of Warcraft. My mom was...
Was his voice out of sync?
Too mature. But I was... desperately curious to learn more about it. And, you know, my family only had a Mac, and Wizard101 was literally my only option for a free game that was compatible with Mac, but that's beside the point. And it's incredibly simple, yet charming. It relies more on classic fantasy archetypes than it does Harry Potter. You create a wizard, you're immediately introduced to the big bad guy, and holy crap, you use cards to cast spells! Using cards to cast spells was what basically set me over the edge with this game, and it was integrated in the game decently well. Though there were times when you were just trying to get by, but you're sucked into someone else's duel because they had to set it up like you were actually joining a game.
I literally feel like I'm watching Billiam's video again. Get into the mechanics, please. Get into it.
But you collect spell cards to make your deck stronger to fight bigger monsters. First, seeing the world was magical, and having it all be free was like a dream come true.
It's not all free! Hold on. Oh my god, I just paused on the weirdest face. But Wizard101 is not free. He literally said that as he was running around Firecat Alley, which is a members only area. You literally have to pay $10 to get in that area. As much as I love Wizard101, it's definitely pay to play.
And having access to the game without having to bug my parents for money was a huge stress relief.
I had to bug my parents for money all the time.
But then I played just enough of Wizard101 to find out you had to pay to unlock all the areas. And then I stopped playing.
Okay.
Like everyone else I know.
Okay.
And this is my wizard, Connor Dreamcaller. I'm a storm wizard. And I got black and purple because those are the coolest color combinations. And now, oh gosh, the graphics have improved so much. Wow. I mean, like...
They've actually improved a lot even since this. This is the old character model with the old face and the old hands and the old robe. So if he likes this, he would probably like the new one a lot more.
I always felt like this part was very awkward. I mean, like, hey, you're a new student. And I'm like, okay, why am I here? Did you ask me to come here? I mean, like, I get it. It's supposed to just introduce the bad guy, but I felt like this was always an awkward introduction to the game. I suppose technically we're not really wizards, we're summoners, because all we're doing is summoning creatures, which there is a difference, I guarantee you. But I didn't care at the time because I was too impressed by how cool everything was.
Oh my, you look a bit the worse for wear.
Are you, what? No, I feel great. I'm dancing. Do you not see me dancing? It's a jolly good time over here. Now you see, Merle Ambrose's, you know, place where he resides, I always appreciated it because it actually looks lived in. And that's one of the problems I have with the majority of this game is that it doesn't look like it's being lived in. It looks very clean, uniform. And it's a problem with how immersive it is. This area, this is where most of...
Okay, so I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm really, really, really hoping that he will get into the mechanics of the game and, like, at least touch on PvP, because I feel like PvP is something that has actually saved Wizard101 in a way. Now, I know that they are constantly making changes to the PvP system, and I know that we may not all enjoy it, but you cannot tell me that PvP has kept this game alive, and I really, really, really hope he touches on that, because I feel like right now we've only seen the tutorial in Wizard City and the noob areas. So I'm crossing my fingers. Please get into the mechanics, please.
And if you wanted to avoid a battle, you would always stick to the sidewalks. But oftentimes in the early days of Wizard101, that wouldn't always work. And these little wisps are to heal you and fix your mana in case you were getting weak. But yeah, there was a lot of times where I couldn't even pick them up in the early days of Wizard101. But now I have no doubt that they've made so many improvements.
Souls, I have to say, I'm quite impressed by your spell.
There's so much more voice acting. My god, it feels so alive now. So apparently there was you can enable classic mode, which is before the big update to the graphics. So we're gonna see how that looks like in a second. Yeah, that looks very like it used to be.
Yeah.
Dang. That's goodness.
Ugly.
This is how it was.
This is ugly.
Oh man, I have not seen this. A waterfall, which just seems so wrong to have in a library where there's a bunch of books.
It's magic.
While in the Storm School, we instruct young diviners to strike hard, faster than lightning, defeat the enemy before they know what hit them.
Oh god, you're my teacher. Oh, I regret everything now. Then again, how often do you get taught by a frog? Maybe this was the best choice.
We pyromancers of the Fire School prefer to carefully fan the flames. Utilizing damage over time spells, we slow burn our enemies to cinders.
I made the wrong mistake. I take everything back. I definitely should have been a pyromancer. Can I change?
And I'm Malone, not, exactly a professor. We haven't had a real deaf professor since the last one turned evil and destroyed the school, so...
Yeah, I heard that happens.
Okay, we are over halfway through, and I would just like to point out that I can't stop staring at the Upgrade Now button. How are you going to make a video over what happened to Wizard101 and how it is in its current state whenever you're in Wizard City? Talk about Imperia, talk about the game mechanics, talk about all the changes that they made, talk about the spell nerfs, talk about how it's impacting players. Talk about the pet hatching kiosk and how new players are gonna have a difficult time. There's so much that you can talk about, but we're just going through the tutorial without a membership! Why? I'm still giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm so hoping that you will go into more detail, please.
I never got far enough in order to find out what's behind the door.
Oh
But
my
apparently you can find out
god!
what's...
You've never got far enough to figure out what's behind the door? And you're making a video on Wiz? Oh my god! I mean, I'm happy I see that you bought a membership now, but what?
Oh, I come from a land, from a faraway place where the caravan camels roam. Where the hell am I going? There we are. Hang on. It's hard to control this. Where the caravan camels roam, where it's flat and immense and the heat is intense. It's barbaric, but hey, it's home. Man, Croctopolis sure is an adventure.
Did this man just say Croctopolis? Please tell me that was a joke. Please tell me that was a joke. I don't want to believe that you really think this is called Croctopolis. Croptopolis. Okay.
Guys, I'm trying to fight you. I mean, like, I need to fight one of you. Anyone. Just any takers, please. Please? How about you? I don't know what's going on. Usually I just run into you guys and you guys pick a fight with me. Now that's not happening. Why? I just need a Sakuya Ripper to fight. Fight me. Hey, no, fight me. Look at me. Look at me! Wizard101 still appeals to kids. However, their marketing campaign isn't as strong as it was when it started, largely because the company shifted their attention from MMOs to smartphone games. A lot of smartphone games. And that's all they've been releasing.
Yep, that's true.
Quick aside, when this trailer dropped, I thought Wizard101 had changed and that the game looked like this now. So I hopped back onto my computer to re-download it and found out it was exactly the same.
Yeah.
I have no doubt I'm not the only one who did that, and I felt slightly betrayed.
Me too.
It really rubbed me the wrong way. I want this. Look at this.
Me too.
Gorgeous. Like, this is what I want from King's Isle Entertainment.
Me too!
What is this? A letter? How odd. Trolls can't read. By the handwriting, a Cyclops wrote this. They never dot their I's.
In short, the beloved MMO from long ago is here to stay for us to play. I kind of wish they'd make a game set in the Wizard101 universe that was a single-player story-driven campaign, but I doubt that'll happen, and I only want that because I only really play single-player story-driven games. But whatever.
He just included the advertisement for the catacombs, but he still hasn't talked about it at all. He's not talking about farming and how addictive that is, or the crown shop, or lore spells, or anything like that, or even gear. Wizard101 is obviously still alive and thriving, but let's talk about why it is. Players strive to have the best gear in-game, to have the best stats, and to beat others in PvP. And if they don't do PvP, then they still strive to have good stats so that way they can help others farm and just continue to better their characters. Which is another reason why King's Isle makes so much money. I definitely wouldn't say that Wizard101 is pay to win. However, if you do have money that you can spare on this game, it probably will help you win faster. But of course, there are always workarounds, which is part of the reason why farming is so addictive.
That's everything I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay beautiful and keep playing.
Thank you.
I have a Patreon if you want to support the channel, or there's
not right now, but thank you so much. I feel like Negative Legends video was really similar to Billiam's. Obviously, there were a lot of points that I did have to agree with. However, I'm still wishing to see more in-depth coverage of the game itself. I will go ahead and subscribe to him right now because I appreciate that he still made a video over Wiz. Alright guys, well that's all I have for today. What was your reaction to my reaction? And what do you think about his video itself? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a big thumbs up and a comment down below. Bye!